destined. This is mutant music, spark the revolution. Do this. This is mutant movement music. X-Men, yes, we are legend.
Slash, universal with the vision. X told me get him, so I promise I'ma hit him. Started first class, so I'm leading every mission. Telepathic state smitten, beating races for a living. When I say it's on site, put the laser to your fitted. When I play Darwinism, they get bodied by the fittest. Crazy with the hands and try to have me admit it, but I was too ill, now they calling me the sickest. Slash, Gene Splice will show you how to see red during family fights. This divisor, I will knock out your life. 2020, you can view me in mind. Going to war for the core, about to go spin the block from Genosha. Always stay woke, if my eyes were shown it. Took off the shades, some race get you broken.
I'm a little senator, civilian. Trying to put me in the mold of the villain. And then wonder how I grow so resilient. Hit me with a tank, still sitting in my brilliance. Try to be a saint, but I tolerate affliction. Breaking the restraints, so I follow with conviction. Never shoot blanks, red beam with a distance. Spreading like paint, jet stream, burning crimson. I'm Bishop. I be stepping on top of your squares for the mischief. Bonds better battle with pairs, cause I'm gifted. I don't follow patterns of the X, I'm different. Got a trigger finger for the next competition. Yeah, did I mention if I'm in your timeline, something about to be missing? Try to bring division, we're fixing up the paradigm. I don't need to count on your assistance. Yeah.
This is mutant music, spark the revolution. Do this. This is mutant music. X-Men, yes, it is destined. This is mutant music, spark the revolution. Do this. This is mutant movement music. X-Men, yes, we are legend.
Blue arming like a bird to candles. Don't ask if I'm devil or a man. I'm a force of nature in a form that you can't handle. What you think BAM stands for, huh? Look, I've been bruised and bloodied and bashed. Got my moves in your brain, but there's no thought faster than action. Hands up a little bit strange, doesn't mean you can't catch them. Never personal, kid. You're not the first to be worse than me. Yet every turn do you think that I'm not the one with the curse of me? But you don't know from adversity. The streets were unkind to me, people. The demons I see in the night with their piety serves not a thing but propriety. Cause they should know about the darkness inside of me.
No potential in my his connect. Go with aces with boots in my section. I've been a wild card, ain't no playoff projection. No playoff projection, these players pathetic. I make you regret a playing. Bojutsu be stepping, I'm stepping in. Like inside of my mind, I can't let you in. You was smoking and banging my second hand. And if we call a spade, then I'm in the field making major plays. My shorty and roll, but game is game. Especially when you they favorite flame. Especially you must be super stupid to confuse it. I want the crew and moving like a unit. I'm not a human, little tool can prove it. We teach this mutant music like a movement.
It's the Big Blue, I'm an NYG, the grade A been a B, solid NYC. She see the blue face, she like Ben Ike. She step to my head blue when she see these feeds. Like why? I really think they hate your boy, so they destroy him. Cool, but this ain't for joy. Let's make some noise. That's it, I'll erase your boy. I'm in tune, lot of style, call me nature boy. My instinct and depth is the role that I play, but don't think it's a mess and control all the way. If the stress come my way, then I'm locked in the G code. Motionless, I'm unlocking the beast mode.
Metal for metal with metal is mental metal with some heat on the side, it's unsettling. Now he an Iron Man. Who the metal? No F, I'm an Iron Man. What is this madness? Think you messing with me madness? Flow Mercury, push or pull, it's a magnet. Put the heat on your dog, now he mad max. He can go and play fetch with his cat. We'll get rid of for tearing the script, scribbling against the R, throwing darts, thinking we hiding our hand when we got. We'll get it out of your body, brotherhood over a copy. Keep at the sloppy magneto, we'll catch your body, ain't no wax, it's just.
This is mutant music, spark the revolution. Do this. This is mutant music. X-Men, yes, it is destined. This is mutant music, spark the revolution. Do this. This is mutant movement music. X-Men, yes, we are legend.
You gotta find your work. Then when you tune into the movement, it's just firework. It took a while to work. Now embracing is my family of quirks. You set the one and then it's gone. Get it poppin' like you swallowing perks. Don't get a bright idea. Leave you bright eyed with the bright light. Mess with the boys, you be seeing starlight. Throw you in the sun, now you sparkle like a twilight. All the colors on me, now they tune in for the highlight. Whoa, this ain't nothing new to me. Wipe your squad, celebrate, it's Jubilee. No hyperbole, ain't no lie. When it comes to the squad, I light up the sky.
That cloud in the sky, soft to the touch and the sweetest goodbye. But don't let her cry, the story could turn to a Noah's Ark. Don't wind me up, I ain't fit to pull us apart. Cause I'm a vortex with the Lord, yes. Any X-Men of mine know me, they've been blessed. Address, mere respect, now we're static. Protecting the peace, systematic, climatic. A God amongst men. WWJD, y'all cannot play me. Higher than hierarchies go. Crown on black crown as white as the snow. So what kind of queen? One that's forever. Whether the store power losses or never. You can talk your talk. The omega is the last word. What's the forecast? I am her.
I'm the taker, a feeder. I want it. I grab it like follow the leader. I'm playing the gambit. My foe's gonna go sleep away, running through the mind all day. Don't wanna become my prey. Keep out of my face, okay? I'm the anti the hero, impartial. Got perfect form, but these hands can be harmful. Tap of my finger, I can't help but startle. You're powerless. Look at me, I'm the marvel. Ooh, got all that strength in my clutch. Ooh, gonna leave you with a crutch. Ooh, they say I'm doing too much. Ooh, Yeah, you can look, but don't touch.
This is mutant music, spark the revolution to this. This is mutant music. X-Men, yes, it is destined. This is mutant music, spark the revolution to this. This is mutant movement music. X-Men, yes, we are legend. I'm having dreams, they wake me at night. I'm strapped to machines, I can't even fight. The Phoenix is burning, she's saving my life. And she might wanna come be my baby tonight, but she can't. She belongs to another. Then I'm recruited by the professor. But the team isn't really my steez. My animal nature, it caused me to flee. To get the truth about what happened to me. Adamantium, it's all in my genes. Animal instinct, ignoring the laws. Since the smell about as sharp as my claws. Don't get me started, I'm a lethal weapon. Anyone stepping, I slice them in sections. Can't eat this finest, but I'm only home. Always repping, always X-Men.
Oh, I'm my headphones. Hey, there they are. check. Hey. What's up? All right. I think we are good to go. Oh, wait, I'm missing somebody. Hold up. Hey, who's that in the jet?
My man had me backstage.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Not much. Same old.
Same old. Well, I'm just over here getting ready to get out of town. So, you know how that goes, handling biz before that. Trying to set everything up in motion. I had a rough night's sleep. Not gonna lie. The kid was not feeling going to sleep. He woke up at like 1:30 in the morning and was up till like 5, just wanting to play. So it was rough. Normally, when that happens, we just take a little drive, and I'll be like, that should do the trick. But not this time. Boy, it was just every time I would look in the rear view camera, he'd just be like, just ready to play, and I'm like, yo. So yeah, it's been a rough one, but I had
older people
Duncan.
Would tell you,
I'm running on Duncan.
Older people would have told you how to take care of that. Give them a little tussin.
The little tussin or a little whiskey. I've heard that too.
Oh man, that's
a
funny.
Taste. A little taste on the tongue.
A little small taste.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Usually, we just jump in the car. I hit the highway for a couple of exits, and then he's chilling, but not this time. So let's hope today's a better one. It's this evening, but we'll see. But how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. You know, had a rough weekend for other reasons. But outside of that, man, like I've been chilling, you know. Over here, loving life, still loving the Wolverine Deadpool movie. Still loving our merch. For those of you that don't see it, I'm rocking it. You know, when I'm not wearing our merch, I wear a Roosevelt stuff, you know, kind of like the shirt that you got on.
Hey,
you know?
Thanks. Yeah, I dig this one a lot. I think I already wore this on stream, but I was like, you know what? It's okay. It pops. It's colorful. It's what I like. So, but yeah, man, if the merch is comfy, which ours is, I suggest you go cop. Pick it up. XPod merch. You can go ahead and type that in. It's in all of your links right underneath our episodes, which I hope you have subscribed to, and I hope you have given us all the 5-star ratings that you can possibly do, and that you're listening, sharing with friends. And if you are, we thank you for that.
Yes, we sincerely thank you.
Absolutely. So what's next? All right, as we know, X-Men 97 is quite a ways away for season 2. It's just that's just the way I've been forced to somehow cope with this terrible news. But we got more news though, because D23 happened, and there was a ton of Marvel updates. I want to really quickly jump into what was announced for X-Men, and then we could talk about the other stuff. But first, you want to hit them with the snappy opening?
Oh, let's do it. Are you starting it or am I starting it? I'm prepared either way.
Well, all right, I'll start it. Here we go. X-Men 97 revisits the iconic era of the 1990s as the X-Men, a band of mutants who use their uncanny gifts to protect the world that hates and fears them, are challenged like never before, forced to face a dangerous and unexpected new future.
Man, you got me over here. The XPod 97 podcast will chronicle these adventures weekly to me, my X-Men.
Hey, and to you, your XPod. Here we are, XPod 97, episode 17. Shout out to the Geekscape Network, which is where you should get all of your geeky podcasts. Thanks for picking up merch, leaving reviews, and all that good stuff. I've been reading the X-Men 97 comic. I picked up 2 episodes of that, so we can get back into that a little later. But this is strictly a D23 recap show to get everybody up to speed on what happened this past weekend in Cali at the Honda Center. So they decided to go with a bigger place. First of all, they usually have been a bit of a smaller spot, but they decided to go big because they got a lot to talk about. Now, the Disney stuff notwithstanding, I don't know how much of this you saw, but there's a lot of Disney stuff that's happening that we can get into.
Honestly, I saw the event. I saw a couple of the highlights and the clips, but I mainly focus on our content, which would be X-Men 97 related. But you know, all that takes is a quick.
But yeah, there's a lot. Well, yeah, we could just jump around on it. But all right, so the X-Men stuff is mainly centered around a character that I hadn't really known a whole lot about, and maybe some of our listeners could, but they have announced that Polaris will be a key player in X-Men 97 season 2. She debuted in 1968 in X-Men 49, The Truth About Lorna Dane. So eventually Lorna Dane becomes Polaris, who was a member of X-Men, but by the time I started reading, she was actually a member of X-Factor. Do you remember or know anything about Polaris?
I remember that she appeared on an episode with Forge, and she had green hair, but it was kind of like, you know how they throw in a side character that has 1 or 2 lines that are really focus on? That's my experience with Polaris. I do know that they flip-flop back and forth on making her like a sibling to Scarlet Witch and a couple other characters. Like, you know, depending on which run you read, she's Magneto's daughter, but then she's not Magneto's daughter. It's a couple things, you know. Hopefully, I want to see the Magneto aspect in X-Men 97, and hopefully we get a callback of what happened on the episode from 92. You know, which is cool. I think she's going to be a cool character. I honestly think it's just going to bring Forge in more into the focus. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But there's a couple of the reveals that I'm not excited for. But how do you feel about Polaris joining the fray? From, you know, I know you don't have a lot of experience, but you know, are you excited?
I'm excited for one reason, and it's, you know, again, I don't know a lot about Polaris, but I do know that Polaris dated one of my favorite characters, Havoc. So I'm hoping that this seems to be the perfect time to eventually introduce X-Factor by the end of the next season. So I'm hoping that happens. I like Havoc. I like him and Scott's dynamic. I think would be cool. Just adding another thing for Scott to be worried about is, you know, his brother, amongst all the other family stuff he got going on. So that excites me because Havoc was my dude back in the day. So, and he doesn't, at least in my opinion, he's never really gotten represented in, like, when it comes to the cartoons, movies, anything. Like, they haven't really done anything with him. So if this means more Havoc, I'm all for it. So we'll see what happens.
Now, there was another reveal that we're going to see Lady Deathstrike. However, because it was just images that were shown, it could be uh, it could be a number of different people that can shapeshift. But there's also a backup there because I believe in the stills, the X-Men were in Japan, so it might be actually her. She's a classic Wolverine villain, and in the Wolverine and the awesome Hugh Jackman movie, she was actually a part of it. And I believe in one of the X-Men, and also I think she made a cameo, or a version of her made a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's cool. It kind of like that's when the Japanese Wolverine mythology comes in, which is kind of like those are one of the stories that are actually, although we've had a movie with him going to Japan, it's not something that they always do. It's always like, flashback or something. We don't get the full thing. So hopefully we get a little bit more Wolverine backstory.
Now that would be cool. X-Men in Japan immediately reminded me of, was it the Wolverine movie?
Yes. Yep. The Wolverine.
Yeah. Wolverine was 2013 where he goes to Japan. What did you think of that movie?
That movie was excellent. It was a really good movie. A lot of people panned it because it didn't like quite fit in the timeline where they were doing X-Men, but it was honestly probably one of the solid solo films that Marvel ever put out under the 20th Century Fox banner. Like, they even had the tease at the end with the brown and yellow suit. So
yes. So that led right into it was Days of Future Past, which came after that. Yeah. I think they did a decent job with it. I do remember being like, okay, I'm a sucker for action flicks that take place in Japan, though.
Yeah, so, he's fighting on a bullet train.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff is like, that's for me. Like I'm always into it. So yeah, I'm a bit of a sucker for that. That was the G.I. Joe, the Storm Shadow movie. Man, I love that. Or the Snake Eyes movie.
I like it too. People didn't. A lot of people did not like that movie, brother.
Yeah, a lot of people did not. But I dug it. I just because fighting in Japan, all the temples, the snow, all that cool stuff, I'm totally in for it. So, but yeah, I hope they get to Japan in season 2. People are, what I've been looking at is Den of Geek is a little worried. They think Polaris's story is too complicated to really work in the X-Men 97 universe, but I feel like they've been doing okay with everything else, so I'm not too worried about it. But it's gonna create more twists and turns and soap opera stuff that could take away from other stuff, is what some of the critics are saying. But I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, you got to understand, just because the story is complicated doesn't mean that they're going to adapt the full thing. They're going to make it fit into their direction. They're not going to, like, just because they introduce one character, they're not going to be like, well, this character is so-and-so, and then we're going to tie them into that. In comics, there's different versions, there's different stories that follow. But the only thing that I didn't like about the reveals that we got in E23 was the main one. Did you like that? You might as well say what it is right now.
Well, let's jump into it. What are you talking about? The suits?
No. Not even the suits. I'm talking about the Wolverine spoiler that they threw out there. That was like their main thing. It's like, bro.
Wait, I think I must have missed that. Please explain.
So they revealed that Wolverine will get his adamantium back, because I believe in the scene, in the solid, it was a solid tease. Wolverine says, "I'm back," and then he goes, "Shing!" and adamantium claws come out. So
yeah, it's like you don't have to do that. Like, that part to me is, I get it. You riding high on Deadpool, Wolverine. Wolverine Mania is back, but you could have saved that. They definitely could have saved that moment.
Yeah, and I feel like that is gonna happen like towards the end of the season. I don't think it's just gonna jump in like, I'm here. Like, yeah.
Dump a whole bunch. I was gonna ask, like, did you think that Right. Do you think since they showed it, it's not even going to be in the season? Like it's already happened. You know, it could have just happened off screen, and now Wolverine's back.
I mean, because the showrunner was on there before they fully, you know, before he left, Bo. I think that it's going to be fleshed out. I'm not sure. Maybe it was Marvel has to be real sure-footed now that they're just throwing out these wild spoilers. That I don't understand. It's like, yeah, boom, that thing that you speculating, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. That's crazy because like it seems like everybody would be talking about that, but it's implied and it's kind of obvious that it's going to happen. But yeah, to just like out and
They
out
could have
give
dragged it
away
out.
is crazy. Yeah, that's like wild to just give that away. I don't know. Yeah, they got to watch it with these spoilers, man. Like I'm not too crazy about spoilers, you know, but I mean, I don't like not enjoy it once I know what's going to happen, but I would prefer not to know about like stuff like that. At least not how it's going to happen, you know. But what do you think about these new suits though?
Oh, you talking about the what is it? The Grant Morrison era begins with the new suits. I think, you know, it's a comic. You know, the reason why they didn't change the suits previously is because they probably didn't want to confuse kids and all this stuff. But I'm all for it. If they stay comic book accurate, which is where I think they're going, I'm cool with the new suits. You know, maybe they change them every season. It's pretty legit. You know,
that reminds me of classic cartoons where it's like, let's bring in something new so that we can make a new toy line. You know, like here comes the new suits, and now you got to get the new.
Yeah, but those new designs sometimes can sour the crowd. So
yeah. You know, I wanna read a little bit about Brian Andrews from What If said they talked about, you know, Eyes of Wakanda, which is coming, and they talked about another of course What If season. And he said something that, and this is what I always loved about the What Ifs. He says, you know, what you learn is how much the fans love these characters and stories. It gives us plenty of fuel. We learned that we could take big swings. The wilder and crazier that What If got, the better the response was. And I think that's something that everybody over at Marvel needs to kind of take a note of, because that's what makes X-Men 97 work so well, is that they're doing wild stuff. You know what I mean? And so knowing that you can do that, because I mean, are there stakes? Like, not really. It's comic books. Like, we can retcon pretty much anything, but giving us a feeling that anything could happen is what'll keep people interested in these comics, I think. What do you think?
I think that he's spot on. But then again, when you take a cut or a swing, as he said, using his baseball reference, you can't swing at a fastball that you can't catch up to, or you can't swing too fast on a curveball, which means you gotta have some room to like rail yourself in, or like rein yourself in, not rail yourself in. Because if they come out and they just completely just change characters and start doing, you know, palette swap, start doing that, then you'll have an issue. I think if you do certain storylines and change them a little bit, I think you're fine, as long as there's a basis. Because this is different than when they do it with the movies, because X-Men 97 is animated. You know, if they say this is how this person looks like today, they could just, you know, draw a whole new set of cells and be like, boom, this is what we're doing now. You know what I mean? Like, it's different where you, like, you know, Ben Affleck is your Batman, and then all of a sudden in the next movie, it's like, you know, Henry Cavill. Like, you know, you can't do that like in an action movie, because then you'll confuse the crap out of fans.
No, that's a good point. It kind of works with these one-offs and animated shows, especially because we talked about it before. I think that's what makes these so good, is you're not worried about pleasing a famous actor who has to have his face on screen a certain amount of time, you know. So being able to have fun with these characters, it works, because no knock on anybody, but none of these voice actors are extreme, A-list
Well,
celebrities where it's like,
and if
oh man, I gotta talk, I gotta be in it.
if they are A-list, they can just change their voice. Many
Yeah.
great voice actors can voice other people.
No, you are right about that. Okay, so the suits. I'm showing a pic of these suits now. The Grant Morrison suits are like the X jackets, the X on the hands. It's literally a uniform. What are your thoughts on the X-Men wearing a uniform as opposed to kind of having their own style individually? They worked their way into it by the end of the season, with them
Yeah.
starting to wear new suits. But what do you prefer? Do you like the old classics, or would you like them all in
I'm
uniform?
I grew up on the old classics, so the one that they started X-Men 97 with. I'm not too big of a fan of the retro ones because they look a little bit dated, but these are pretty cool. I don't have any issues with them. Um, I think that they might just change it up based on where they get their equipment now. Because remember, they got the older retro suits from their first appearances um, in an old bunker that they had backup weapons and stuff like that. So I think if they explain it and they don't just roll up, it might be a situation where, because we're in 3 different timelines, this is might be where they get the stuff. We'll see. Because along with the new suits, you got to also have that new design. You know what I mean? Like if you look at how Scott and Jean look in the Grant Morrison era, they don't look anything like the X-Men 97, and they can't differ that far unless they're launching a whole new universe.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I dig it. I think it'll be cool, but maybe it's not permanent. Maybe it's just a reason for it. I think the reason for it though is because they're, like we talked about before, I think there's going to be separate teams, and I think Forge's team is probably going to be the guys who rock these suits. Just my opinion. I'm not sure. I don't know. Nobody knows, but I do think that we're going to have some way to differentiate these teams in season
But
2. Everybody's all over the place.
just to put in a little correction there, the suits are actually seen with Scott and Jean doing a combo move in the flashes that they showed there. So who knows? Well, I'm
so who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know. Nobody knows. We will see. I'm excited, but I do think they decided to keep it super like not quiet, but yeah, they've been pretty quiet about X-Men 97. Except we got the suits. The reel that they showed, it shows Warlock, Havoc, Polaris, Wolverine, and then a shot of Jean and Scott together with the suits on. And that's really all we got. I'll go through a little bit more of D23's Marvel news because
hold on. There's one reveal. There's one reveal we missed. It's coming out the Astonishing Era, which was written by Josh Whedon, and the art was by John Cassaday. They basically are going to introduce a sentient version of the Danger Room that's called Danger. Basically, they're going to take the Danger Room and upgrade it with Shi'ar technology, and then it later creates a consciousness that takes a female form, and she calls herself Danger, and she basically ends up being a villain. And the design that they revealed from the comics is it's where they're going with it, and it looks pretty cool. I can send you the link and you could display it on here. She should be at the bottom of the page. It's pretty cool. I think it might be one of those one-off kind of Mojo episodes where I don't think she's gonna be like a season arching villain, but I think it's gonna be cool.
Huh. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put that on screen. See if everybody can check it out.
Yeah.
All right.
I read probably one issue involving her.
Yeah.
But I do know about her.
Okay. All right. So we get Polaris. We got Wolvie's claws back. We got Lady Deathstrike. We got Danger. And then the Grant Morrison era. And so these are the things we got. And I think, that's plenty when the show is like, to me, it seems like nowhere near ready to come out. You know what I'm saying? They haven't given a release date. So I think we get plenty.
I thought that was speculation is March of 2025.
Okay. I mean, that sounds real. Like, it definitely sounds doable, but they have not announced it. So we don't know. But we do know, at least since we're talking about Japan and stuff, I feel like there was a clip of Nightcrawler in some Japanese garb, and there's probably going to be a moment if Deathstrike wasn't Morph, that the boys go to Japan and get to start fighting, and I'm looking forward to that. So
yep.
I think it's going to be a good one. I'm into it. Now let's see what else they got. Now, based on, first of all, I want to clap it up real quick for Deadpool and Wolverine passing a Billy.
Yep.
With a B.
And it's
Billy.
Yep. And it's actually very balanced. It's about the same internationally and domestically, which means this is the biggest hit Marvel's had since Spider-Man No Way Home, which is the last one that they did in 2021. Which is pretty good. That's huge, especially they've been hit or miss these last couple of years.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, Marvel's back, baby. I think so. Marvel Jesus did it. I think that also, I think they got excited and were like, "Oh, we got a rated R movie that's making money. We can do some mature stuff now." So they announced Marvel Zombies, which is going to be a 4-part series, which will have a TVMA rating. So we're looking for I'm expecting some blood and guts, maybe even some F-bombs, who knows? But that should be interesting. Did you ever read the Marvel Zombie stuff?
I did. I like it. It was pretty cool, but let's see. Did they? Because I kind of glanced at those announcements. Are they doing it animated or are they doing a live action show? Just trying to see why they would rate it TVMA.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see. I saw was like a logo and then a rating on it. But yeah, I don't know. I'd imagine. Even if it is animated and they're going to do some, really gross stuff, MA is probably for live action. I would imagine. But I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're getting Coleman Domingo as the voice of Norman Osborn in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I don't know if you know much about Coleman Domingo, but great actor. You've probably seen him. He's done a bunch of different things. He was in Fear the Walking Dead, Color Purple, Euphoria. He just did the Rustin flick on Netflix. Great actor. And he's going to play Norman Osborn. Now, I can't help but to notice Coleman Domingo is a black man, and he's playing Norman Osborn, who most times that I've seen him is not a black man. But I don't think anybody will mind. But
I mean, isn't it just voice?
What do you think? I mean, yeah, it's voice, but like, I don't know. I mean, we're now in an age, in an era where people don't voice other races these days, right? I mean, for the most part, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's gonna be one of those situations that he's gonna like voice it how they're gonna voice it, and the character might be racially ambiguous. I don't think it's gonna be like, a white guy is gonna be like, "What's up? How's everybody doing up in here?" Like, like,
hey, what's
at
up?
least I hope that they have more decorum than that. And it's
I was just thinking they just wanted to go with somebody to get the waves correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to show you the screenshots. The waves. The waves. The Norman Osborn waves can only be done by a black man.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, this dude, his
speculation is
entire
that he
run
was
has had 360s.
Bro, he might have had like a do-rag under it in the fit, because he was wearing do-rag and he had a hood. So I don't know, that hood might have had a silky bonnet sewed into it. Who knows, man? Like, I'm all for it.
Possible. It's
I'm
very
all for
possible. I think maybe they were like, we got to catch that. We got to capture the correct amount of waviness, and we'll see if this brother can pull it off.
Oh, they got to give him a widow's peak too. They can't have that man. Or if they take away the widow's peak, we got to give him some sauce with the pushback.
Well, when he came out, he didn't have the widow's peak, but maybe once the show starts, he'll have it. Also, for Fortnite fans, this Friday, there's a big Fortnite crossover event with Marvel. They did one before with Galactus that was really dope, but this time Fortnite's Battle Royale Chapter 5 Season 4 is Absolute Doom, featuring the Fantastic Four and Dr. Doom. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if you play Fortnite, but man, I just really I when they do these really dope crossovers, like they manage to take my money every time. So if I can get Dr. Doom, I will probably do it.
I might do it too. Weren't they supposed to do an X-Men 97 one or something like that?
There was rumors. I don't know if they actually announced it though, but they've done so many different ones. And the thing about them is you have to catch them when they happen, because they'll do a limited time where you can buy a character and then that character is gone because either the license runs out or whatever. But if you purchased it, you can still have it. So there was times where they had Iron Man in the past. They've had Thor, I think Hulk, some others, and then they're just gone. So anybody that
when you buy it, you buy it, it's yours. Keep it forever.
Yeah, if you buy it, it's yours. And I personally, Shanika agrees, the cars are ridiculous. It's like some Mad Max Twisted Metal stuff now. The whole season is just cars. If you get into a car, you can upgrade it with guns and then just run the whole game. They're like OP. So it's a little ridiculous. The game has lost its way. So hopefully with Fortnite, they can get some of it back. In fact, I'm going to see if I can run the Fortnite video. We'll see if we can get a little bit of the teaser. Let's check it out. All right, let's see.
This looks cool.
What?
That's pretty cool.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
What?
I don't understand the banana.
Oh, War Machine? Oh, he's perfect for this game.
What?
Yo. Okay, that's pretty dope. That again changes the game. It's not a lot of running and shooting. It's like all these extra abilities. So I'm curious how that's going to work. But that starts this Friday. If you want to get back into it, you can actually get the Disney Horizons Live from D23 Island in Fortnite if you use an island code or you can find it in Discover. So so yeah, man, when they cross over with Marvel, they usually do something big. So that's pretty dope. I don't know. I'm very interested. So we will see.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. All right. Disney Legends. D23 capped off the festivities with a special ceremony honoring 14 new Disney legends, including Angela Bassett, Steve Ditko, Ryan Coogler came to the stage and talked about Angela Bassett for her role as the Queen of Wakanda, because I guess she's gone, right? Like, I mean, it's great to honor her, but like she's kind of done, right? So they'll bring her back in some flashbacks or something, I guess. I suppose. I don't know. But it's interesting. They were
she
like,
might come back. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just go back in time a couple of minutes and just change the history. That's all. It could happen for sure. I think they said something else about. Oh yeah, Ryan Coogler talked about Ironheart. The Riri Williams is going to get a show. What do you think about that? Any thoughts?
I mean, that show was supposed to come out this year, unfortunately, because Marvel had a rough last couple of years. It got delayed. I'm glad they brought her back to the fold because it was supposed to happen right after the last show that they had, the one that they dropped all the episodes in November. Man, it was what is it? Echo. It was supposed to happen after Echo, and you saw how that happened. Echo came and went. I watched the show. I thought it was good, but it had no direction because, yeah, that's just how it is. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Like the timeline of the show and how they just dumped it out. The fact that they didn't have it weekly was something that's crazy. But
yeah, that was a choice. I'm not quite sure why that happened. We got the Ironheart trailer came out last year, and then they were like, oh, we got to reset this. But what did come out this year that honestly I'm not as hyped about as I thought I would be is they announced Agatha All Along is coming soon, and like I guess it's good for Halloween, but
I don't know. I like the IP.
Work Wanda and Vision in there somewhere.
No, I like the IP and I like the actress. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to definitely do numbers because it's going to come out in the fall. Come on now. You know how it is.
Fall is the time for it. So if anything, I think it'll do well, but will it be good is the question, you know? I don't know.
I think it's going to be good because, bro, Catherine Hahn is a national treasure, and they're doing it the day before my birthday. First episode, I'm with it. And it's a mini series. It's going to be a grounded show. It doesn't have to be crazy. Like the budget isn't going to be wild, but I think it's going to move the story forward, and we might get. Of course, we're going to get cameos, but we might get like some updates on Scarlet Witch of where she's at. I assume, but I might be completely wrong.
I hope so. I need some Scarlet Witch. I need some sort of some Vision. I don't know, something rather than just Agatha, screwing with people. But we'll see. I will watch it. They need to. I hope they use the Agatha All Along song as like the main show theme because
I think they are.
That's a freaking banger. Okay, that would be a serious loss for the culture if they do not bring that back.
I'm trying to see who's here. Yeah, we're gonna get some familiar faces, and we're gonna get I assume a bunch of cameos. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. That's just me.
Okay. All right. Well, that Marco said it. It's gonna be good. So give it a watch. There's been a lot, like I said, there's a lot of good news that came out of D23. Not a ton about X-Men 97, but enough for us to build an episode around for sure. So I want to thank them for that. I'm hyped about What If. Marvel Zombies, I'll keep an eye out for. Ironheart, if that ever comes out. And
Oh,
you
man.
know, um, what if being that the third season is the last one is a little sad for me because I feel like what if has been it's been kind of shining. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I hope it goes out with a bang. And yeah, and you know, there's a lot going on, man. I don't want them to they took the little time off, they reset, they came back with a bang. I just hope they don't just be like, all right, well, here we go. Shows, and then forget about it.
I think
You know, my
I
concern.
think I think they're gonna give us probably 3 or 4 shows a year, and that's about it. I think maybe realistically, probably 2, one in the beginning of the year, or one in the fall, and that's it. That's where I think they're gonna start doing, because we only really have 2 shows on slate, which is Daredevil, which is gonna be in 2 parts, I believe, and we're gonna get Ironheart towards the end of the year. So that's pretty much what's on the docket. If you think about it, they gave us 4 shows in a 1-year period. But the Eyes of Wakanda, it's gonna doesn't I don't really count it as a full show because it's gonna be like a miniseries, and it's gonna be like backdated and like talking about the warriors of Wakanda, so they could go there. Like in terms of like characters that are gonna be on the forefront of the next phase, it all depends. I think your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is gonna be pretty good. But then after that,
That's the one I'm most looking forward to. I think that's going to be the top. I think, and then the rest of them, I got tempered expectations. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna get over the top about any of these. But as of now, the thing I'm most excited for is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
I think everything's gonna be more grounded, and Disney is gonna know how to release things. Because think about it, within the last 5 years, we got into serious superhero fatigue where it wasn't. It was the hottest thing in the world. And it takes like the opposite of what Marvel's been putting out, which was a love letter to Fox 23 for them to get back on track. I think they're going to be very, very choosy. My opinion, certain things that are in development hell, like at this point, give us Blade, but give us a 4-part movie that's broken up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give us something on Plus. If you gotta recast Mahershala Ali, give us the end of Blade with Wesley. Wesley's affordable enough for you to have him on a nicely produced show, and then
I think so.
And then tie him into the Daredevil universe.
Would Wesley do TV? Is he a TV guy? Would he consider that a step down? I mean,
bro, Wesley has been doing straight to video action movies for the last 5 years. I think a check is a check is a check.
Okay, all right. Yeah, good point. I haven't seen anything he's done in probably 10 years, if I can be honest. But yeah, I think he'd take a check.
Yeah, and it's going to be on a major platform.
Yeah, that's true. And I think people will watch. I think with the way Ryan Reynolds has been hyping up that Blade needs a send off, it's going to be a big thing if they decide to do it. So just tell Mahershala, hey man, take all the roles you need, take the time you need, brother. We'll be back when we got something. But let's tie up some loose ends. A 4 or 5 episode miniseries that leads into the next Blade movie.
Correct.
I ain't got a problem with it.
Or you can recast Mahershala, give us somebody younger and be like Son of Blade. In the comics.
Sticky fingers.
No. These are all actors at the same age. People forget about them. They're all the same age, guys.
But that's why I don't like the old talk. And like people try to do that with like wrestling too. It's like, this guy's 45. And it's like, so is everybody else. Like, yo, they're all in their 40s. Like, that's just what it is.
It's crazy.
You can't start a series in your 40s, but you can start in your late 30s. Like, I don't, what's the difference?
like Ali's like, oh yeah, finally a new Blade. But it's like, wait, he's like 3 years younger than the current Blade. Like, what?
Hey man, I don't subscribe too much to the age thing because it's like you can do anything in CGI. You see what they just made us believe that Hugh Jackman could do. I mean, granted, he's in great shape, but I mean, come on, that was all post.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, it was all post and all that juice, baby. On that note.
And on that note, I think we're going to end here with episode 17. Thank y'all for watching and listening. Appreciate y'all. Anybody that hopped in on Twitch, anybody that's been hitting us on the X, just hashtag XPod97 if you got any questions, thoughts, or things you want us to talk about. We would love to hear your feedback. Shout out to the Geekscape Network. Pick up some merch, get a sticker,
something like
shirt,
that.
a hoodie, for your peoples or whatever, and thank you for the support. We'll be back, of course, with more episodes for you as news develops. And even when news doesn't develop, we'll just make up some. We might just fantasy book season 2 at some point on the show, which will be fun.
I'm with it.
I mean, we always gonna have content for you. Content.
Yes, sir.
So thank you again for watching. And yeah, man, we are out of here. I will see you very soon. And oh yeah, if you're out in the UK, come to see me on tour. I'll be out there hanging out. Tour dates at megaran.com/shows. Me and Marcos will be together again soon on something. I don't know. Might be a wrestling show, might be a con. It could happen anywhere.
But anywhere.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, thanks for joining. And I'll see you soon. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Oh, put the music on. All right.
Okay, hey, this is Marcos. Thanks for supporting the XPod 97. We now have merch, y'all. Grab a t-shirt, grab a sticker, grab a hoodie, or even get a mug for one of your relatives or something. I don't know. Rep the greatest X-Men podcast on the planet. We love doing what we do, and we want to continue bringing you weekly episodes. So don't forget to rate us and always subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest drops. Thanks again. We appreciate everything. See ya next time. Hey, this is Marcos.